Dogs have their own hidden language, shaped by instincts, emotions, and centuries of evolution. Sometimes their quirky behaviors leave us humans puzzled, but there's always a reason behind everything your dog does. In this video, we're unveiling the real explanations behind your dog's everyday habits. Some will make you chuckle, others may surprise you, and a few might even change the way you connect with your furry companion. Why do dogs sneeze so much? Sneezing in dogs isn't just about allergies or dust, it can have multiple meanings. While they do sneeze to clear irritants like pollen, dust, or strong scents from perfumes and air fresheners, there's more to it than that. Did you know that dogs often sneeze when they're happy? If your pup lets out a dramatic sneeze in the middle of playtime, it's not because they're unwell, they're just excited. It's their way of saying, "This is the best day ever." Additionally, sneezing can help dislodge tiny irritants like a blade of grass or a small insect stuck in their nose. However, if the sneezing is persistent and accompanied by thick or bloody discharge, it's time for a vet visit. Why do dogs tilt their heads? Although there isn't a single definite answer, experts have developed some intriguing theories. One common explanation is that tilting their head helps dogs hear better. By adjusting the angle of their ears, they fine-tune their ability to locate the source of a sound, similar to how we turn our heads when trying to catch a faint noise. Another possibility is that their snouts obstruct their view. Dogs with longer muzzles might tilt their heads to get a better look at what's capturing their attention, whether it's your face, a toy, or something rustling in the distance. Here's a fun fact. Some studies suggest that highly intelligent dogs tilt their heads more frequently, particularly when they recognize familiar words or phrases. So if you say, "Want to go for a walk?" and your pup responds with that adorable head tilt, they might be processing your words and deciding whether you're serious or just teasing them. Why do dogs yawn? Yawning isn't always about being tired. While humans associate yawning with sleepiness, for dogs, it's a powerful way to communicate their emotions, stress levels, and even their bond with you. Have you ever noticed your dog yawning right after you do? That's not a coincidence. A study from Kyoto University found that dogs are more likely to mimic a yawn from their owners than from strangers, suggesting that yawning could be a sign of empathy. Your pup is so attuned to you that they subconsciously mirror your behavior. However, yawning isn't always about connection. Research from the University of Pisa shows that dogs also yawn when they're stressed. If your dog yawns in a tense situation, like during a vet visit or in a noisy environment, it might be their way of signaling, "I'm a little overwhelmed." Canine behavior expert Turid Rugas even classifies yawning as a calming signal, a method dogs use to soothe themselves and those around them. Plus, yawning increases oxygen flow to the brain, keeping them alert and focused. Think of it as their version of a quick stretch before shifting gears. Why do dogs place their paw on you? You're sitting quietly and suddenly your dog gently places their paw on your hand or leg. Adorable, right? But what does it actually mean? Think of it as a soft nudge. Your dog's way of saying, "Hey human, I need your attention." They might be asking for belly rubs, hoping for a treat, or letting you know it's time for a bathroom break. However, it's not always about getting something. Sometimes that gentle paw touch is a sign that your dog is seeking comfort, especially during thunderstorms or when loud noises make them anxious. At its core, this simple gesture is an expression of trust and connection. So the next time your dog reaches out with a paw, acknowledge them with a scratch, a kind word, or a reassuring pat. It means the world to them. Why do dogs lick other dogs' pee? It might seem gross to us, but for dogs, it's a form of detective work. They're not licking pee for the taste. They're using a specialized biological tool called the vomeronasal organ, also known as Jacobson's organ. This organ, located between their nose and mouth, allows them to analyze pheromones and gather important information. By licking another dog's urine, they can instantly learn details about that dog, its gender, diet, and even if a female is in heat. Think of it as their version of checking a highly detailed social media profile, just a much smellier one. While it may seem odd to us, this behavior is completely natural for dogs. Why do dogs destroy things? When left alone, Ever come home to find shredded pillows, chewed up shoes, or gnawed on furniture? Before assuming your dog is trying to ruin your life, understand that there's always an underlying reason for their destruction. Stress is a major factor. Whether it's thunderstorms, fireworks, or even a change in routine, some dogs chew as a way of coping, like stress eating, but much more destructive. Separation anxiety is another common cause. If your dog panics when you leave, they might resort to chewing as a way to deal with loneliness. And then there's boredom. Without enough mental and physical stimulation, dogs will find their own entertainment, which may involve tearing up your belongings. Lack of structure can also play a role. Dogs need clear boundaries, and if they have free rein without guidance, they might assume everything is fair game. With proper training, exercise, and the right chew toys, you can help redirect their energy before your home becomes their next target. Why do dogs shake when they're dry? Shaking off water is normal, but what if your dog is shaking when they're completely dry? Don't worry, most of the time it's harmless. The wake-up wiggle is a classic example. After a nap, dogs do a full-body shake to wake up their muscles and reset for the day. It's their way of saying, all right, time to get moving. Then there's the I'm so excited shake. Have you noticed your dog shaking right before a walk, dinner, or when they see their favorite person? That's their way of managing excitement, almost like shaking off excess energy to keep themselves from bursting with joy. However, if your dog shakes after a stressful event, like a vet visit or a car ride, it could be an anxiety tremor, a way to release tension. Other times, dogs shake to get rid of dust, dirt, or loose fur after rolling around or finishing a grooming session. If your dog is shaking their head frequently, it could indicate an ear infection, especially if they're scratching a lot. And if shaking is accompanied by other unusual symptoms like weakness, vomiting, or disorientation, a vet visit is in order. If this video helped you see your dog in a new light, show some love with a thumbs up. And if you want more insights into your pup's behavior, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.